I'll do better. Yes.
The evil eye.
Cheryl, are we good?
We are. Okay, I'm going to call us back to order in open session. Moved by Councillor Kent and seconded by Councillor Edwards. Be it resolved that the direction considered in General Finance Committee in closed session with regard to report number CCS-2025-25 on October 15th, 2025, respecting the potential lease of the Township's Beaumaris docks in order to preserve the historical seasonal use be confirmed and acted upon. Are there any comments? All in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. No, really bring me up.
Can't remember. Are we doing 8A now or?
We are on. You're on 15B.
I do that one for 8A.
Yes.
Okay. That guy's twitching instead of that line. Okay. Okay. We've got everybody here. Got this in the order. And you've got an updated resolution that I think, correct? Okay, committee, are we all back? We are now moving on to item 15B. Welcome to the podium, Mr. Moore.
Sorry, I don't have the agenda in front of me. That is report regarding the bylaw amendments.
It's the public
Docs and ramp, correct. We
use
skipped,
the public docks and ramps bylaw.
skipped the other one, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're on, yes, that's the one.
Okay, perfect. So following up on the decision in August to make some amendments to the public docks and ramps bylaw, and the background of the report are some of the items that were included with that resolution. As it relates to the items specifically with the actual amendments to the bylaw, you'll see today an appendix of the report, a redlined version. What we've included today are just the updates to the fees. So removal of the fees from this specific bylaw and inclusion of them in with the municipal's schedule of fees and charges bylaw. So that will follow this report. So you'll now see those included within that bylaw so that everything within a municipality is all tied into one for ease of future updating. As it relates to the phased in approach and rollout plan regarding to the future changes, staff envision a 3-year rollout plan in coordination with the wharf managers. This will see us extend our wharf manager agreements for at least the next 3 years, at which time we can begin to improve or to roll out communication with those permit holders through those wharf manager responsibilities and make the future amendments to the bylaw when our bylaw department reviews that bylaw in the coming time. Included with the rollout plan will be kind of exploring what the future of the wharfs will look like, as wharf managers will likely not be required. As such, we'll look at some more streamlined approaches, perhaps looking at the ability for app payments or online payment options, etc. And with that, Chair, I'm available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. And I appreciate that. I feel like there might have been a new resolution being written. Is that correct? Yes, yes, please.
Thank you, through you. with committee's permission, we'll just do a slight administrative amendment just to reflect a decision that was made earlier a few moments ago.
Okay, so just a moment first. Before us today with whatever this amendment is I just want confirmation from staff is simply a minor amendment to the bylaw that talks simply to an increase in the rates for seasonal passes. Is that correct? That's really all that's before us today.
Correct. Before you today is the removal of the fees section from the use of public docks and ramps bylaw and the inclusion of those rates into the schedule of fees and charges bylaw that will come just after this.
So this is from a process standpoint. When we moved 8A, this is why we moved it in the agenda. But just to keep it simple, because I suspect that there's a lot of blurred lines happening right now, and just for the comfort of this group, that simply we're just saying this is almost an administrative thing happening in behind the scenes on this particular resolution. CAO Pink?
Thank you. Yes, that certainly is the first half of the resolution for you. The second half does provide direction from committee to staff to you are endorsing or approving the phase-in plan inclusive of the recommendation or decision just made, plus the rollout plan. So there is that second part to the resolution direction.
Okay. So I will read the resolution just for everybody's understanding, and then we can have questions and comments. Moved by Councillor Bosenworth, seconded by Councillor Nishikawa. Be it resolved that committee approve the amendments to bylaw 2003-029, use of public docks and ramps bylaw as attached as Appendix 1 to report OPS 2025-048, and that the amending bylaw be forwarded to council for final approval. And that committee approve the phase-in plan inclusive of closed session direction through report CCS-2025-25 regarding a potential lease and a rollout plan as outlined in report OPS 2025-048. So with that, I will open it up for any questions or comments. Councillor Zavitz?
Thank you. And through you, I suppose to Corey, just wondering how what we've just read about the vote on meshes or drafts into the transportation master plan. I know we've sat here for a number of years talking about the TMP, as you call it, as we would call it. Can you just in 2 seconds or less sort of help me understand how it fits into all of that?
Okay.
Yes, through you, Chair. I may defer to Director Colucci for the transportation master plan piece. I wasn't as involved there, but I can speak from the Parks and Rec master plan piece. And I know there's a couple recommendations within it that that state that we review our roles and responsibilities within public wharfs, exactly what we're going through this process. So we're on track of completing those. So, but may defer to Director Colucci.
Okay, Director Colucci?
Thank you, and through you. So the transportation master plan does look at water access points, and there is a recommendation to look at parking, looking at access, looking at the road widths, and for all the water access points, including docks, wharfs, and boat launches.
Okay, so it's supplemental and then Councillor
Supplemental,
Nishikawa.
thank you. And through you to Nick, and appreciate the answer. Kind of what I thought. So I guess my only observation would be, does this drive us moving forward? I know we've always talked about access to water and how this interplay with some of these infrastructure pieces. Does this lead you to come forward with other items on the transportation master plan going forward as it relates to access to water?
I just want to be clear before we go into this. Is this relevant to, I just need direction from staff to what's before us, or is this something that's outside of this specific question? I just want to make sure that we're not getting into a topic that's off of what we're supposed to be making a decision on.
And on the extent of the question.
I'm fine.
Okay, Councillor Nishikawa?
Don't know now if my question's gonna be.
Well, I think it is, but I know it is a bit complicated, so I'm going to be.
Well,
looking at
mostly I
CAOK.
was going to ask though, with this plan and everything, is that there is the probability or possibility that to come forward with for instance, new options with roads leading to water.
Okay,
That's mostly that we're not closing this off, but there's still opportunities to come forward in future councils.
CAO Pink.
Short answer, certainly, I don't believe this resolution closes that door.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I've read the resolution. I'll call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, that carries. Thank you. We're now moving on to item 8A. Director Donaldson. Thank you for your patience today.
Thank you, Chair. So the report recommends approval of an updated fees and charges bylaw effective January 1, 2026, with the final version being forwarded to Council for final adoption. This update fulfills a policy requirement that we review fees every 2 years, and in some cases aligns the fees more closely to actual costs of providing services. Most of the changes are minor or inflationary, but some reflect an updated cost recovery or operational needs as required. So with some of the key changes, we've included in the schedules now a reference column, which tries to link the fee back to a statute, bylaw, or policy, which basically governs what the service is that's being provided. The bylaw also now allows staff discretion to waive or apply fees in accordance with council-approved policies. So they would be policies brought to council that then staff could then make determinations on waiving or altering fees as the need is required. It also updates several bylaw enforcement fees, which haven't been updated in quite some time, and introduces pre-consultation planning fees, with also including potential rebates where pre-consultation occurs. Schedule H for building inspection is not part of the package in front of you. They will be coming to Planning Committee next month in order to fulfill their 30-day requirement for public notice. And the final bylaw would come to Council in December for final ratification with the building fees included. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you. Committee, I actually am going to read it. It's a fairly quick resolution and then we'll have questions, comments. Moved by Councillor Kent, seconded by Councillor Nishikawa. Be it resolved that committee approve the updated fees and charges bylaw attached as Appendix 1 to Report FIN-2025-018, and that the final bylaw be forwarded to Council for adoption. So are there any questions or comments for Director Donaldson? Councillor Edwards? Sorry, just your mic.
The dock fees, are we going to review them separately? There was some discussion on that. I don't know if they're the right fees at this time. We shouldn't be less than what a marina is charging as far as I'm concerned, because we shouldn't be in competition with them. Okay.
So specific then to the dock fees, perhaps, I don't know, Mr. Moore, did you want to speak to that or? And I just want to be just confirming, Councillor Edwards, just questioning, is it the right number? Is it the right value? Yes, what? Sorry, if you could just clear up the question, just so Mr. Moore knows what he's answering.
Well, what I was asking, we have $50 a foot, minimum of $1,200. Is that what private marinas are charging? In other words, are we in competition with private marinas and people are picking our public docks to park because it's cheaper?
Okay, so Mr. Moore.
Yes, through you, Chair. So when we reviewed the fees for the public docks, we did so in consultation with the wharf manager. So to answer your question, do they compare with a local marina? No. They are certainly cheaper. In saying that, we have increased them by 50%. The main reason that they're not as much is we don't provide parking spaces with those dock slips. So working with the wharf manager, he had recommended this being a good kind of happy medium for now, and that as we go forward, we have a more regular update to those fees. We're all probably likely aware, this is the first time there's ever been an update to them since the bylaw came into effect. So
Okay, thank you.
And that
Supplemental?
Supplemental. I know in Windermere, when they're parking up along the side of the road there, there's parking there, so they're using that when they're using the marina, so they are getting parking on our road.
Okay. Okay. Councillor Nishikawa?
Just quickly along with what Alan was saying, my question would be through you to whoever can answer the question. What insurance comes into play here when we lease a lot, a dock space?
How is insurance handled on these?
yes, through you,
assets?
that's part of the wharf manager agreement that we receive copy of insurance naming the township as additionally insured.
Thank you.
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much. I have read the question. So Councillor Kent, do you have your hand up? Or are you voting? I can't hear you, so
I had a question for Mr. Moore, just a quick one. You said that you had looked at the competitive marinas, but those marinas do break it out between parking and other, and I still think we're about 50%, even at your raised rate of what they're at. So I think you should probably, I mean, I'd like you to go back and look at that. I've got the fee for that one particular marina, which I believe is competitive with the other marinas. So I think you're still way, way, way out of line with those numbers. You don't want to be so attractive that people are coming to us.
okay. Mr. Moore, did you?
Certainly through you, Chair, staff are at the direction of committee if they wish to do so.
Okay. I'm not seeing a huge interest. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm not seeing anybody else pick up on that one. So what I'm going to
Chair?
suggest is I've
Chair?
read.
I had my
Councillor
hand,
Roberts?
I had my hand up here.
Oh, sorry. Councillor
Okay.
Roberts?
I'm for one, agree with Moore Kent, Councillor. And I think that we should be increasing the fee more than it is. And I would like staff to come back between now and council to so that we can pull it if we agree on this. But we need more. I think it should be higher.
Okay, so I'm
If I
hearing
could-
now I'm hearing from two members that there is an interest in putting a motion forward to amend to.
Could I, one follow-up?
Yes,
I just checked for the 2025 summer, our seasonal slip rate was $3,700. That's without parking at Foots Bay. So if that gives you a comparative rate, and that's for a boat, I think our boat is 20 feet long.
okay. So I
Okay.
think what we'll do is we'll direct staff through an amendment, or there's a motion now. The two of you are putting something forward. Is that correct? Okay, let me ask this for clarity's sake from Councillor Roberts and Councillor Moyer Kent. What is the motion that you would like to put forward on this table?
I would like
Councillor
to
Kent.
come back and review please review and edit the seasonal slip rate parking fees.
Okay.
After having compared it to other competitive marinas, excluding car parking.
And if I may, Chair, I think there may be a domino effect as well. If we're adjusting the seasonal rate up, then the monthly and the daily would also probably have to move somewhat in lockstep so that it doesn't create a situation where, well, do 5
Right.
months instead of a season, and it's way cheaper. So just want to make sure that that's covered off as well in whatever direction committee wants us to look at.
So I could use some assistance. I think it's almost 3, and I'm trying to piece together some puzzles here to say, I think what I'm hearing is that there's an interest in making sure that whatever we charge for these dock spaces, whether it's a seasonal permit, a daily permit, or an hourly permit, that there's an evaluation that has happened to ensure that we are priced accordingly. So I am hoping that that has captured, is that correct, Councillor Kent? That
Accordingly,
captures,
Accordingly and competitively. I think that we're
Okay.
trying to be competitive.
so if you can just give us a moment to make sure that we have something drafted here that then I can read. We just need 2 minutes, thank you. Okay, committee, I have an amendment to the main motion. I will read this. Moved by Councillor Kent, seconded by Councillor Roberts. Be it resolved that the resolution be amended to include the following after the first paragraph, and that staff be directed to conduct a further review of the seasonal docking permit fees and any associated fees to ensure that amount remains competitive with private rates, less parking. Okay. Any
Car park.
questions? Yes. Yes, less car parking. Vehicle parking. Having a moment here. Okay, so I have now read the amendment. I just want to, are there any questions or comments? No? Okay, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? That does carry. And now I have already read so it's the main motion as amended. I've already read this. All those in favor of the main motion as amended? Okay, all those opposed? Okay, that carries. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Director Donaldson. This is it. Am I done? This is it. Just read it. There's nothing else. Okay. Moved by Councillor Edwards, seconded by Councillor Kent. Be it resolved that this meeting adjourn at 3:04 p.m. It's a record. And the next regular meeting of the General Finance Committee will be held on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025 at 9 a.m. or at the call of the chair electronically from the Council Chambers Municipal Office in Port Carling, Ontario. All those in favor? That carries. Thank you very much. And Mayor Kelly, perhaps you could just let anybody in the audience know when you would like to start council.
5 o'clock? No, I think 3:15 would be great.
3:15, that gives you
please,
minutes? Okay.